Welcome back to episode 4 of Out of the Park Baseball 24 Milwaukee Brewers franchise. To start where we left off last episode, talking about maybe a couple changes that roster call-ups or call-downs that we could do. I'm going to wait right now on them, mostly because, one, I want to continue to let Robert Gasser pitch in AAA, see what his numbers could get to. If by June or July he's really turning it on, or August really turning it on, yeah, I'll bring him up at that point. But I'd prefer to keep him down for right now. Outside of that, other guys that we could call up for pitching help, not really anyone that is sticking out to me. One of the biggest things that we have is, if you look at the injured list, Aaron Ashby is going to be coming back in 8 weeks. Then you'll have to do rehab appearances, so we'll see how he comes back. But we could have that boost from our bullpen or our starting rotation coming up. Outside of that, for position players, we have, Luke Voit made the major league team in real life, so he is always an option over Keston Hiura. They look like they're very similar players, except Luke Voit is a righty that hits lefties well, while Keston Hiura is a righty. Keston Hiura, if you don't know, has inverse splits, so he's a righty that hits righties well. While it doesn't help, you can't platoon him with Rowdy Tellez because Rowdy's a lefty with normal splits, so he hits righties. So having Luke Voit and Rowdy Tellez at first base, it wouldn't be a true platoon because I still want Rowdy to get at bats, but it's a possibility to put Rowdy in, or for Luke Voit to come in and fill in for Rowdy Tellez. Also, if something would happen to Rowdy Tellez, I would feel better at having Luke Voit fill in full time than Keston Hiura. The only plus that Keston Hiura has going for him is that he can also play second base a little bit. His ratings aren't great in the game at second base, but he can if he needs to. The other one would be to, like they did in real life, have Owen Miller instead of Abraham Toro at in the major league level. That's also a possibility. Again, very similar players. So Owen Miller is probably a better contact guy, which is always helpful and would fit that role of if he would come and play for Bryce Trang. Outside of that, our replacement for Tyler Naquan will probably be Joey Wiemer, just because, again, he's a right-handed bat. We're really left-handed heavy right now with Mitchell and Yelich, Winkler. Those three are all left-handed batters, so to be able to throw in another righty would be helpful. If Yelich and Mitchell are starting every day, you want your third outfielder, Chant, probably to be a right-hander at times. But right now we're keeping him down just for service time manipulation. If I can get another year of Joey Wiemer on a cheaper contract, I'll do that. That's what they're doing this year in real life too. They don't want to give Wiemer another year of service time if they don't need to. Outside of that, that's the only roster moves I'd think about. We have a 3-game series in Seattle. If you look at our lineups, I made some changes. Our first game's against the right-handed pitcher. Bryce Trang, slightly tired. Luis Urias is slightly tired. And Brian Anderson is slightly tired. So we're going to come in. I made some changes for one game. I put Tyler Naquan in for Brian Anderson out in left field. I put Keston Hiura in for Bryce Trang at second. So that little bit of versatility helps Keston here. I don't know how well he's going to play. Again, if he doesn't play well now, he might get sent down, designated for assignment, and sent down if no one picks him up. And then Abraham Toro filling in for Luis Urias. I'm going to try to stay more on top of it so guys don't get slightly tired, and that I can do more subs, game to game. I mean, it says what handiness of the starting pitcher is we're facing. So I'm going to use this, check lineups, jump in here quick, and do that type of stuff. Outside of that, I mean, let's see how we do. I think we went on a little winning streak here. Yeah, I think we won our last 2 games. So now we're 5-11, only 4 games back. So still within striking distance. Our whole division has been down a little bit. We can go ahead and try to do this. Let's see how today's game goes. We won 2-0. So that's always nice. Get a win. Let's go check out the box score. See what happened in the box score. We have Brandon Woodruff pitching. He threw 7 1/3, scoreless innings of 7 strikeouts. So that's the Brandon Woodruff that we know and love. And then Skrzeleski got a hold. He came in the 8th, finished out the 8th, and Williams came in, got his 3rd save of the season, 1 strikeout, pitched an inning. So really good by our pitching staff. Hitting wise, we had slow day, only 5 hits, 8 Ks, left 5 on. Rowdy Tellez hit a solo home run, and then Jesse Winkler had a 2-out RBI. Let's see who scored the run in it. 1 run. It was in the first inning. So we started from 1-0 lead. Damas with a single, and then Winkler came up and got that. Willie stole second. That's why I want to be aggressive stealing. Then Winkler hit a single to drive in Adames. So that's always nice to start that way. Scoreless. And somewhere in here, Rowdy hit a solo home run. So that's always, let's see what innings. I guess we can just go back and see. And then in the 4th, Rowdy Tellez hit a solo home run. So that's nice. Good solid win, right? Colton Wong in his return, or first game against Milwaukee after getting traded. 1 hit, so 1 for 4 for Colton Wong. He's struggling this year. Winkler went 2 for 4 against his former team, and Abraham Toro went 0 for 3. So that's a good win there. Got an email. Let's see what the email is all about. Oh, it's just a scout, 16-year-old from Venezuela, the center fielder. Let's see. 45 potential. So that's a kid that we could actually watch and maybe get something out of. A lot of times when you get these emails from your scout, the players are 20 overall, 20 potential, and you're like, why are you having this guy come to our international complex? But yeah, I'll take that 20-year-old or that 16-year-old player with a 45 overall. So Luis Rios is still slightly tired, but Bryce Trang's not anymore. Neither is Nick. So I'll bring in Brian Anderson again for Naquin, and then I will bring in Turang for Hira again, just to keep that up. Toro can stay at 3rd another game. I want Toro to get more at bats too, so that's kind of a thing I want to try to push because we're facing another righty, so I want to make sure I keep this updated with righties that want to play. Now off to game 2. Another 2-0 win from the Brewers. Eric Lauer, 5 2/3 scoreless, only 1 strikeout, 3 walks. Really needs to work on the walks, but we're getting there. I mean, throwing scoreless innings, I'll take that anytime. Milner with a hold, and Williams with his 4th save of the year. I'm not worried about Devin Williams. He'll be solid. He'll get where he needs to go, allowing just the getting saves and lowering his ERA little by little. He had 1 bad start, and that was it. Offensive wise, Willie Adames had a solo home run in the third inning, and let's see how we scored in the sixth inning. In the sixth, we had a Winker home run. We had a Adames home run and a Winkler home run. So we had 2 solo home runs. I mean, it makes sense. We only had 5 hits, but 2 runs again. So, I mean, again, it's always good to win, even if it's, 2-0. Our pitching's doing what it needs to do again. Our pitching's starting to figure it out and say, hey, we need to carry this team while we're struggling. Yeah, that Keston Hiura move down might be coming real quick. He got another at bat. He's hitting under 100. I mean, he's struggling. At least, I'm okay with William Contreras doing that because he's a defensive catcher, and I know he's gonna figure it out sooner or later. I just don't know about Keston here in this game if he's gonna figure it out. All right, let's go check our lineups again, just for make sure that no one's tired, make sure everyone's feeling how they need to feel. We got a lefty today, so but right now, yeah, we're good. I mean, I almost want to send down Keston here. He's really, really struggling. It's not, I know he's only got 11 at bats, but he's 50-50 on him and Luke Voigt. So, I almost want to bring Luke Voigt up and see what he can do. Maybe I'll do that over the off day. Lefty, no one's tired, so I think we should be fine with a lefty. If anything, I might give William Contreras a day off. No, he's right-handed, so never mind. I don't think I'm going to give William Contreras a day off. If anything, I'll give William Contreras a day off the next time we face a righty. So, yeah, let's see if we can get our first season sweep of the year. We could not get our first season sweep of the year. Looking at the line score, I think Freddie had another good day. Freddie 5 1/3, Jake Cousins 1 inning, and then Hobie Milner gave up the lead in the 8th. So it's tough. Ooh, we got 1 hit. Yeah, that you're not going to win a lot of games getting 1 hit. So we had some different lineups in. Rowdy had a day off for Abraham Toro. Outside of that, and then Rowdy came in to pitch hit. So again, we're struggling. Brian Anderson, I don't know. I'm gonna might give him another day off. We just can't hit the ball some days. So not good. We're struggling. And then Matt Bush gave up a run as well. But Freddie Peralta, again, our starting pitching starting to figure it out. So I'll take that. I'm very happy about that. We've come back to only 3 games back in the division, so that's good. We're back within striking distance, a little less worried. Our pitching's figuring it out. If only our bats could come alive now. Let's go. Finish the day without games. Let's see email. Let's see the scouting report from the Boston Red Sox. Ooh, a couple interleague series right away, early in April between the Mariners and the Red Sox. That's fun. I'm happy they're doing that. We'll get to see the Brewers will get to see the Yankees every year. Every other year, the Yankees will be playing American Family Field. Went to one of those games last year. The place was absolutely sold. The place holds 45,000, and I think they announced attendance at 40,000. So if you go to regular season games there, not very often is there people up in the third deck. A lot of people up in the third deck. So it's always fun when you have really when you're playing good teams and high prestige teams to go to those games and have an atmosphere there. Red Sox are 7-13, so struggling just like us. This Sale matchup will be Sale Hauser. Hopefully we can. Hauser and then Burns and Woodruff, right? Those are the guys that we want to be pitching. We want those guys pitching all the time. So I'm going to delete that message then. And then off we go to the home screen. Let's play this game. Or let's simulate this. Brewers won. So the Brewers are now 8-12, 2.5 back of Pittsburgh Pirates. So a lot can still change. Let's go look at the box score real quick. See what happened. Adrian Hauser, 7 scoreless innings. So he's starting to figure it out as well. Matt Bush gave up a run, and then Devin Williams. Also, he blew his second save of the year, but he also ended up getting the win because he just allowed them to tie it. He also had to pitch 2 innings. Did he pitch the 10th too? He must have pitched the 10th too. So he's going to have to sit the next game no matter what, because throwing 2 innings is not going to be good for him. Double, no home runs. All right, let's see how we scored. It's always fun to see how we scored. No runs in the first, 2 runs in the second. So Urias single, Toro double, and then Urias scored. Dry Strang single to score Toro. And so those were the 2 runs. Caratini, Yelich did score. So those were 2 runs in the regular time. And then in the bottom of the 10th to win the game, Caratini ghost run on second. Yelich bunted him over to third. Garrett Mitchell walk-off hit. So Garrett Mitchell comes up clutch with the walk-off. That's always good job, Garrett. He's had a thing for the dramatic. He had a walk-off for 2 last year in his month that he was up in the majors. So that's good for him. Always trying to get sense for the dramatic. Back to the home screen. Yeah, we're only 2.5 back. Let's simulate game 2 of the Red Sox series. And we won. So now we're 9-12. We won 4-1. Still 2.5 back. Corbin Burns with an impressive start. He went 8 innings, gave up 1 run, 7 strikeouts. So him doing his thing. Devin Williams has to be tired. I wonder if there's a way to put him on a do not pitch for game 3. But yeah, he picked up his 5th save of the year because we won 4-1. I could have pitched somebody else there. That's why sometimes I want to play so we don't do stuff like that and then he gets hurt. Like that would be not ideal. Hitting, Mitchell with a double with no one on, no one out. But 2 out RBIs, William Contreras and Christian Yelich each had 2 out RBIs. I don't know why they have Willie. I have to change my strategy so Willie Adames doesn't sacrifice bunt. I do not want Willie Adames. Let me change that right now. Strategy. Stealing base. Sacrifice bunt. Never. Willie Adames, do not sacrifice bunt. Don't bunt for a hit. There's no point of it. Yeah, just do that type of stuff so he doesn't do that. That doesn't make any sense on why he would do that. I'm going to go in and turn Garrett Mitchell. Stealing bases, frequently. Do it. Steal bases. Be aggressive on the base pass, right? You're fast, be fast. So those are strategy changes for those guys. As I see random stuff like that, I'm going to continue to do that. Turang's got his third error at second base. I mean, he's better at second base than he is at shortstop. So he'll figure it out. He's still young. I mean, he's 65 error, and so he shouldn't be committing errors. I don't know what's going on. We'll get that figured out at some point. So can we go? We got our second series win of the episode, but let's see if we can get a sweep. A series sweep would be big, and we got it. We won 6-5. We scored three runs in the 8th inning. Wow. All right, Devin. I don't know. Are they just gonna pitch Devin Williams until his arm falls off? Like, I better go in and figure out. Is there a way in his strategy? Bench player for no. Is a reliever. I don't know how to. Oh, I could set. Where's his fatigue at right now? Does it say where his fatigue is at? Yeah, like he's at 35%. I'm gonna say, don't play him like. Relief pitcher bench when fatigue is at. I'm gonna say 60%. Otherwise, they're just gonna keep using him and never like actually give him a break, which he needs it. There's a lot going on right now. Wasn't done with the box score. So we scored 6 runs. Well, let's go. Woodruff, 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, gave up 4 runs, but Matt Bush ended up getting the win. Williams with the save. So Williams with 6 saves now. Woodruff is at 2-0 with a 2.7 ERA. So he is performing right now, even when he gives up 4 runs. It's probably because I've left him out there longer. I've changed it so he got hooked slower, I changed it so he gets hooked normal now, or closer to normal. I did that when I didn't know there was that simple change to make him go longer. Yeah, right now he's exhausted, so hopefully I'll fix that. Hitting wise, Rowdy went for home run, solo home run. Willie went for solo home run. Anderson went for solo home run. So we had 3 home runs that game. All solo shots, but Willie Adames with 8 home runs, 11 RBIs. He's getting after it. Let's see how we scored in the 8th, because was a big inning. Gutierrez flied out. Toro walked. Winkler walked. And then went second to third, or first to third. So we had first and third, 1 out. Brian Anderson singles to score Toro. So first and second, no out, or 1 out. Christian Yelich grounded out, but it was Jesse Winkler went to almost like a sacrifice, so we had second and third, 2 outs, and then Bryce Turang singled to score Winkler for our 3 runs to take the 6-5 lead. Toro scores. They both scored. Gotta look down here. Running from third, tries to score from home. Safe throw from center field to home. So they both scored. So that's where our 3 runs came on. So it's an exciting game. 2 exciting games there to end the session. Let's look at the email. It's going to be a scouting report for the Tigers. Starting pitchers are struggling. They're 9-12, so right around us. Their division is a lot better than ours right now. I think the division in real life is going to be a battle. St. Louis is going to be. They won it last year. They didn't lose anything. Chicago went out and signed a bunch of players. Our division is going to be good again. or it's going to be good, but we're going to beat each other up. There's not going to be a team that runs away with it. All right, so let's look at overview of lineups. Is there anybody? Well, Toros, I'm going to put Luis Urias back in for Toros against right-handers. Otherwise, I think everyone's good. I mean, no one's tired, right? Am I going to make a change in this right now? No. We can come back and see if by game 5 or 6, without an off day, if our guys start getting more tired. But we're only a game and a half of the division, close to 500. Again, if you look at our goals, it was to reach the playoffs, right? So we got to do that. I declined the center field option. Building a farm should be interesting. I think maybe I'm going to try to trade Castanheira, see if I can just get some prospects for him, right? Just get prospects and throw them in there and hope we can continue to improve our farm system by just pure numbers. Let's look at our counting quick. Year to date, our budget, with all the staff changes, I increased the amount of scouting and player development. So our budget was just over $3 million. Year to date is $72 million right now, but there's, draft expenses not in there yet. International not in there yet. So, and our player expenses aren't in there yet. While most of our TV money's in already. So that's the year to date's going to go down, but our projected is at $5 million. So if we keep winning, we keep getting fan interest, we'll keep getting gate revenue, which then we will continue to increase this projected number, which will then help for this year, this year here, where maybe we can go sign somebody. But let's start the series against the Tigers. We're on a roll. We won 5 out of the last 6. This episode's been really good for us. Really good for us. We won another one. So we've won 4 straight. Eric Lauer's pitched. Eric Lauer went 7 innings, 7 hits, allowed 7 hits, but no runs, 5 strikeouts. Matt Bush came in, got the save. Came in and said, Devin Williams can't pitch. So that's what we did. We almost cracked 500. We battled back, close to 500. Mitchell had a run-scoring single in the 5th. We scored 3 runs in the 5th. He'll go to the game log and check our scoring here. Damas had a double in the 5th with 2 on, 2 out, so that is a couple RBIs there. Outside of that, yeah, it looks like it's just 1 base for Mitchell, a double for Damas, a double for Winker and Anderson, right? Winker probably had a double. Yeah, so a double. So let's look and see how the 5th inning broke down, see how we scored in the bottom of the 5th. So the bottom of the 5th started off with Caratini getting hit by a pitch. Turang walked. So we had first, second, 1 out. Brian Anderson flew out, so we had first, second, 2 outs. Garrett Mitchell singled. Caratini scored. Turang went to second. Willie Damas came in, doubled. Turang scored, and Mitchell scored off the double. So Willie Damas had 2 RBI double, and then Rowdy Tellez grounded out to end the inning. But it's good. Hey, 4 in a row. Almost 500. We're battling back slowly but surely. We have 3 pitchers under a sub-3 ERA. So, and we're only a game back. Our divisions, everyone's right around 500. I just want to check and make sure no one's tired. All right, if I can avoid injuries by not pitching guys that are tired, I'm going to go in and set Matt Bush's strategy to the same thing. You can't pitch him. You got to pull him out if he's under 50%. Like, that's just, you can't allow guys to pitch if they're under 50%. They're going to get hurt. I mean, is Devin Williams back to 50%? So he could pitch. Is there anybody else that I'm looking at? No. Everyone else is a reliever. But everyone else that is colored is a starting pitcher. So that's in the rotations. Or that's getting their normal rest. No one else is really struggling with that. I wish Strzelecki would get more. I think he's would be pretty solid. I think he needs to get more innings. Like he can't just pitch 4 innings. Like when Bush and Williams are just killing themselves throwing. Especially when Strzelecki's Ks per 9 are 11.6. Like that's really high. So let's go check that out. No one's tired. Can we go for it? I don't know. Game 2 of the Detroit series. Received a message. Tyrone Taylor suffered a setback in his recovery from an elbow strain. It will take at least now 3 weeks until he's ready to play again. Okay. Well, I don't know what I was going to do with Tyrone. I would rather have like Weimer or Frelick up here. So yeah, I don't know what I would do with Tyrone Taylor. But hey, Brewers won again, so that's 5 straight wins now. 5 straight wins, back to 500, 12-12. So we're starting to feel it a little bit. Freddie Peralta, 7 1/3, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned, 5 strikeouts. Got his season ERA down to 3, or was it? No, I think it had it down to 3. So that's always good. Williams was save, and I don't know why Wade Miley was. Oh, he pitched in the 8th because he inherited 2 runs and allowed 2 to score, but then he also gave up 2 more runs. So I don't know why Wade Miley was used in the high leverage situation. And I don't know why. The game does weird things. I don't get it. Home runs, Rowdy, 3-run home run in the 7th. So that was that right there. And then, but otherwise, Mitchell singled, Willie singled, Tellez home run, Gutierrez, 2 singles, Trang, double. So scattered hits around, 6 hits, 7 runs, so we got 5 walks. Yeah, I mean, if we can string walks together, that'll be the play. So, try to go for back-to-back sweeps. This will be the last game we do today. Here we go. Let's see, can we do back-to-back? Can Adrian Hauser have a third good start in a row? We won. Second. Back-to-back sweeps, 6 wins in a row. 8 of 9 in this episode. That's big time. Let's see how it happened. Adrian Hauser, 5 1/3, gave up 3 runs. Milner came in, pitched an inning and 2/3, no runs. Strzelecki came in with the hold. No hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, no walks. I mean, he's been off the charts. He needs to pitch more. Matt Bush with the save, probably because Devin Williams was tired. He got that last save and he wasn't 100%. For our offense, we scored 6 runs, so that's solid. I mean, you're going to win a lot of games if you score 6 runs. No one hit a home run. RBIs. William Contreras had 3 RBIs. Anderson had 1. Castanheira had 2. So let's go check out how we scored. We scored 4, 5, 6, 7. So all middle of the game. So just scroll down to the 4th inning. Bottom of the 4th, we scored by Winker double. Contreras single to score Winker from 3rd. So that's 1 run. In the bottom of the 5th, we scored 2 runs. Yelich had a single. Yelich got caught stealing, but Anderson walked. Terrain single, Anderson to 2nd. Castanheira double, scored Anderson from 2nd, and Terrain scored from Anderson scored, from 2nd. Terrain scored from 1st. Garrett Mitchell grounded out here to 3rd, but then Willie Adames flew out. So we scored 2 runs in the 5th. In the 6th, we scored by, Winker grounded out. Contreras struck out, but reached 1st on a drop 3rd strike. Luis Riaz walked. Contreras to 2nd. Yelich struck out swinging. Brian Anderson singled. Contreras scored on that single from 2nd, and Terang then struck out looking. And then in the bottom of the 7th, which is the last inning, we scored 2 runs. Then in the bottom of the 7th, Keston walked. Garrett Mitchell walked. So 1st, 2nd, no outs. Willie Adames flew out. Jesse Winker walked. 3, 2, 1. William Contreras singled. Hero scored. Garrett Mitchell scored. And that was the end of the inning, and that was the end of our scoring. So just a bunch of kind of nicked and a lot of singles and doubles and walks. We had 5 walks that game. So another way to score was off of walks. Let's do our normal end of episode recap, where we look at stats of our players. Let's sort by WAR just to have that sort. So we have that in that order. Willie Adames, all right. His OPS is 775. He's still not hitting as well as he could be. 8 home runs, 13 RBIs, playing almost every day, if not every day. So he might need a break at some point. Let's see where. He's 96. He's good. He's not rested, but he's not tired. Garrett Mitchell cooled off. So, but his is right around league average right now at his OPS plus of 99. Rowdy Tellez, he has 7 home runs, 12 RBIs, so that's what we're looking for with a OPS plus of 136. So again, he's slugging it well, and now his on-base percentage is even with Garrett Mitchell's. So that's where the difference between his OPS and Garrett Mitchell's OPS comes from. Luis Riaz, all right, struggled a little bit. Jesse Winkler came on. William Contreras is struggling, below average. I would say I could maybe try to get William Contreras more of a break. Maybe have him as DH, or just not play him for 2 games in a row. But then Caratini is really bad right now too, as well. So is Tyler Naquan. It's probably once May comes around. So Naquan gets probably the Los Angeles series, and that's it. Or we're facing 2 lefties. I might do that to end this episode. Bring up Joey Wiemer for Tyler Naquan. Go from there. Castanheira is the other one that's up for demotion. Again, not well. I'd rather almost have someone else come in and see, because he's playing at a replacement player level. Let's go in and look at our minor leagues before we decide if we're going to go in and do anything do any major changes. Jace Avi, he's tearing it up right now in low A. He might be a call up. I actually might call him up when I call people down. Might call him up to high A just to see if he could keep it up. I mean, right now, because he's destroying it right now. Jefferson Quirio, our catching prospect, lining it up in A right now too. I'm going to bring him up to high A. That's where he's at. That's where he finished last year, was high A. So it'd be interesting having to come up. Jackson Cheerio got hot, hitting over 300. Joe Gray Jr., he's been with the Timber Rattlers forever. Don't know if he's going to be here again this year, but he's in the game. He's hitting over 300. OPS over 900. Sal Frelick hitting over 300. Joey Weimer hitting 283 with 4 home runs. Yeah, I think he needs to be called up right now. He's just being too good. He's just too good. And, if Matthew Wood is lining it up in the high A level, maybe I'll call him up to if I bring up Cheerio, maybe he has to go up to double A because I want to keep him getting at bats. Nobody that is in here that's struggling, so no one that needs to get looked at to get sent down a level to build up confidence again. Pitching wise, Robert Gasser, sub 3 ERA, so he's being a flamethrower right now. Perfect, just as I thought. Cam Robinson struggling, but a 4 ERA with 11 innings could just be a couple bad appearances. So not going to look too much into it. He's got 5 saves, so that's a good look. We're going to end the episode real quick, but first, we're going to make some big moves. Tyler Naquan has a right to refuse minors assignment. Well, if he refuses it, he's going to get waived. He does not refuse it, so that's good. So in his place, we're going to bring in Joey Weimer onto the roster, and I'm going to take out Keston Hira. I have to have him designated for an assignment and waive him, which I always forget which order I have to do this in. I have to waive him first. Alright, so waive Keston Hira. Designate for assignment Keston Hira. So now he's over here. Gotta wait 7 days in case he gets picked up. But in his place, I'm going to bring in Luke Voigt. Abraham Toro. Do I want to do this one too with Toro? I think I do. I think I want to send down Toro and bring out Owen Miller. So those are the big moves I made. I also don't need as many relief pitchers right now. I've kind of figured it out. Got my starting pitchers going longer. I just don't know. That'll be in the next episode. I'll figure out who I'm going to bring down. And then I'll probably bring in Barrasso just because I love Mike Barrasso. The other things I was going to do, I was going to bring up. How's Jacob Werenski doing? Not great. So he's going to stay down. He was our second round draft pick last year. So that's why I'm interested in him. Ernesto Martinez is still in the game. He played for the Timber Rattlers last year. Funky looking swing. Jace Avi. Let's see if there's a backup of. I think I'm going to leave him down here for a little bit longer. Jace Avi's going to stay down a little bit longer. But what I am going to do is bring in. I just want to make sure Jefferson Quirio plays. right? Matthew Wood. How's the catchers in Double-A? And Xavier Warren isn't even a catcher, so I can bring Matthew Wood up, and then I can also bring Jefferson Corio up. So that's gonna end it for this episode. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, comment, let me know what you think. I've enjoyed getting some comments. I've replied back. I will continue to reply back to comments. I'm trying to build this channel just for fun. I was going to play the game anyways. Figured might as well start a channel, let other people enjoy it. Maybe someone's never heard of this game or just heard of it and they want to see what it's like. They want to see what kind of how to play it, but not knowing all the ins and outs. That was kind of my hope. I'm thinking other things I could do on the channel is making YouTube shorts. I'm thinking about maybe doing Brewers recaps every day. Either if it's a day game, do it in the afternoon. If it's a night game and it gets over late, do it the next morning. So I'll think about that. I'll make that decision by Thursday. Hopefully the Brewers play. All right. Well, please like, subscribe. Have a good day.